everyone, my name is Sue-Ann.
And my name is Joshua, and together we are F.I.R.S.T.
And we want to welcome you to the First. Today we're going to be talking about whether your relationship is 50-50. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Hit that like button and share the content.
And for those of you who don't know, the F.I.R.S.T stands for finances, intimacy, relationships, sex, and time.
But we also like transparency.
So we're gonna bring content every week to just discuss one of these areas when it comes to relationships, to help us all get to the next level in our relationship and not be stagnant. So please join us every week, and like Sue-Ann said, subscribe and hit that bell notification so you know when new content is being released.
Do you feel as if your relationship isn't 50-50, that it's not gonna work? Let's talk about it.
When we first started dating, a lot of people kept saying to us, and it was just the belief that a relationship is 50-50. Two people who's bringing the same amount of energy, and it has to stay just that way. This person has to do 50, this person has to carry the other 50, and that's the only way the relationship is gonna work. But what we found is that that's not necessarily true.
Yeah, to us, it seems as if it may be a scale.
Yeah.
Because there's situations where I might be down one day because I'm tired and I need to rest, and Joshua will be up working and working. I'm looking at him and I'm like, dude, where are you getting all this energy from?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know. So thank God that he had energy that day, because I sure didn't.
And you know what? And even when it comes to just the balance in the emotionally, we may not be at our best every day. There's times where one of you may be going through a situation at work or in your personal life, and you're not really your best self that day. And so it's more like a sliding scale. Because on the day that one person may be a little bit down, let's say they're at 30, their best is 30% that day. Does the other party stay at 50? Because if that's the case, that's only 80%. There's still 20% chance for room for error and misunderstandings. So we believe that, a relationship is more so on a sliding scale. Overall, you should always be at 100, but it's going to be give and take on both sides.
Definitely, especially when it comes with you trying to balance life and work and your kids. You all have to work together as a team, because guess what? Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's
right?
absolutely true.
Yes.
That's absolutely true. Just this past week was a very, very busy week. It was Youth Sunday, it was all these other things that we had going on. And it just Sue knows when I'm tired, because I'm usually the last person in the house to go to bed. But just this particular week or couple of days, I was probably the first to go to bed. And I felt guilty because I didn't want to leave her up with all the kids and everything. and I woke up the next morning asking her what happened, who put who to bed, and she took it, she handled it all. It's usually the other way around, when she wakes up early but I'm up later putting everyone to bed. But it's just us being able to slide that scale to whatever needs to be done in order to make sure at the end of the day we're at 100.
Definitely.
So
some of the things you want to focus on when you're thinking about this sliding scale, you want to make sure that you're being flexible.
Yeah.
Flexibility is one of the key elements of it working.
Yes.
Because if you see that your significant other is down and out, just don't sit there, and especially if you know there's something that needs to be done, if dinner needs to be cooked, or if you want to order food, or if the kids need to be taken care of, don't just sit there saying that's that person's job.
Absolutely. And it was early on where we kind of came into this whole sliding scale thing, when we realized that if I said I'm only going to come this much and the rest is yours, and vice versa, there's always going to be a margin of error. There's always going to be just that room, a little bit of room that's not where there's not the complete meeting at. It's enough room to cause confusion and misunderstandings. And so we learned that early. If Sue had a lot on her plate and it weighed her down, or if she went through something and she wasn't feeling like her best self, then I knew that even on the patience scale, I need to increase my level of patience, because she needs me to be patient with her and not on top of her, and vice versa. And so we are always kind of making sure that we're doing our best to meet the gap.
And I know in some instances we all are kind of just going through our day and just trying to get through. it's important that we communicate, because Joshua may not know that I'm having one of those days, and he's probably wondering, well, what's going on with her, you know?
Yeah.
So you kind of just talk about the situation, and he's just like, you know, listen, I'm extra tired today.
Yeah.
You know, can you jump in? Can you help out? Everyone doesn't know how to read people. There's some relationships where some people have that connection.
Yeah.
And you can just see it all over them. You just know. But
Right.
in some instances, they may not know, because
Yeah.
most people are not mind readers.
Absolutely.
So it's
Yeah.
important that you just communicate that with your significant others, so they're not wondering like, yo, why isn't dinner ready?
You know,
And then it causes an argument, because you're like, yo, I'm tired. Like, get off my back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you know, it's true. You know, you kind of could say, you know, I'm not feeling like my best self. You know, even if it's not me being physically tired, maybe it's being mentally tired. You know, today at work, you know, just people got on your last nerves, and just kind of, you know, I'm kind of not in the best mood right now. You kind of have to help the other person know where you are on the scale, so they know where they need to be as well. The patience scale, the love scale, whatever it is, the making things work around the house, just always communicate. And that's how you're able to identify where the scale is right now. So is the relationship 50-50? Maybe over time it is, but you got to move things around to make sure that you're always in a position to capitalize on every opportunity.
And this brings me to a video that we did earlier. If you haven't checked it out, Love on Purpose. This video basically talks about things that you can do to make sure that you're showing your significant other that you appreciate and that you love them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think one of the big things about that video is just basically identifying that in relationships, things can become a little mundane. It can become a little bit robotic, or you're just going through the emotions. I'm husband, you're wife. I'm boyfriend, you're girlfriend. This is what we do. You know, we hold hands at this time because we're in the movie, you know. And it's being intentional about the relationship and keeping things fresh. And so you're loving on purpose because you're intentionally letting your significant other and spouse know, if it's been a little bit of time or a lot of time we've been together, you still mean as much to me or even more now than you did before. So another thing that may come up when you think about a sliding scale, you know, some of you may be thinking, well, what if I find myself to be on this side of the scale more than the other way around? What if I feel like I'm always the one who's making the extra effort? Well, you know what you're doing to try to make the relationship work. But what Sue brought up earlier is that communication. You know, you communicate, you find out what's happening on this side. You know, maybe it may not be a situation where the person is just slacking or letting you do everything. Maybe that person is going through a season, and you knowing what's going on can help you to be able to be what you need to be for that person in that relationship.
So definitely, if you're the one that's kind of slacking and you know and you realize it, come on, it's time to get the game stepped up, turn it up, level up. Let's bring it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want the other person or your significant other to get burnt out because they're carrying a bulk of the load.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of here like coasting through.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's a relationship. It's making it work. And a huge part of that is coming together, and like Sue say, teamwork makes the dream work. And so you're a team. You're a team. You know, there's a scripture in the Bible where it says 2 is better than 1, because if one falls down, the other's there to help them up. It's a team. Relationship is about a team. And then it says a triple braided cord is not easily broken. That third cord is the most important cord, and that's bringing God into your relationship. And He can teach you how to balance that scale. He can show you how to make sure that it levels out over time so that you can withstand the storms.
So we hope that this video blessed you. And I just wanted to touch on, just to keep in mind that, you know, it is a sliding scale, so flexibility is key. And you just want to make sure that you're communicating with each other and let it work. Talk to each other, come together, heat check it, and, you know, you figure it out. You take it day by day. And, you know, just keep God in the middle of your relationship, and He will definitely bless you.
Yes, absolutely. heat check it. If you don't know what that means, and you're just joining us, go back and check a video we talked about before, the heat check in a relationship, which helps you how to overcome those rough patches in life. All right, so we pray that this blessed you. We hope that it helped. You know, talk about that sliding scale, you know, when this cuts off, and just say, you know, let us communicate more often so we know where we need to be to make sure that this works. All right, so again, my name is Joshua Fakir.
And my name is Sue-Ann Fakir.
Thank you for joining us on the First, and remember,
keep God first.
That's it.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's it. God bless you guys.
God bless you.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.